What country has the best brands? I worked in corporate consultancy and advertising for 5 years, so today I will answer this question once and for all. There are just 3 rules. Number 1, I will compare top 10 most valuable brands in one country versus the other. And then whichever country has more winners goes through. Rule number 2, I'll randomly draw from a bowl that has 16 countries that have the biggest brands globally. And rule number 3, the winner progresses further into the playoffs until we crown the country that has the best brands. Time to play! First pair. The UK. Italy. What are the brands? Number 10 in the UK? A coat? Oh, Burberry. Okay, and Italy? Oh, Pirelli! A luxury fashion brand versus tire brand that is the official sponsor, exclusive sponsor of Formula 1 and has been for a very long time. I'm gonna go with Pirelli here. Number 9 in the UK is Cadbury. Number 9 in Italy is Barilla. I don't like sweet things and I don't like pasta. Cadbury has the iconic purple, but you know, I've been seeing this pasta brand for a while and I'm not even like a pasta person. You know, I can name 20 other chocolate brands, but I can't name one other pasta brand because of how well they've done the marketing. Like they have clothes, they have bags. Do you know that? They have like pasta bags. So purely based on that, I'm going with Barilla. Number 8, oh, Lucy, why don't we have an Lamborghini? Oh, this is a close one. I feel like Lamborghini, I feel like they've become kind of tacky. It's not that expensive compared to like the Bugattis and so on. Rolls-Royce kind of stayed in their lane of like a super high-end corporate driver, you know what I mean? Whereas Lamborghini just kind of became more and more like dropshipper's first car, you know? I don't care, Rolls-Royce wins this for me. Loads of space, can have my laptop in the Lamborghinis. Like... Number 7 for UK, is this a TV? So for the UK, we have Sky. And for Italy, we have... She knows French, Lucas, please. Oh, Lucy, why do you need a lighter?
It's not mine.
Whose is it?
Elina's.
Elina has a lighter in her bag? It's just not it for me. I mean, Sky is pretty cool.
Sky TV?
Sky Glass TV. Hardware products, they have electronics. This is just a bag, not the best one. Can't even fit a book. Lucy, Sky wins. Number 6, UK. Barclays Bank. For Italy, Tim? Oh, cellular. Okay, Tim, this logo just kind of looks like IBM. And Barclays is my bank. I really love that brand. And you know, when I just came to the UK, I didn't know what bank to use. And I was just like, cool. Just walked in, got an account, stayed with Barclays for myself, Barclays for business. Don't want to give them too much love right here because they do not satisfy me every time. I'm gonna go with Barclays here. Okay, next one. Number 5 in the UK is AstraZeneca. Prada. One literally saves lives. And another one, an iconic brand for sure. But AstraZeneca, low-key, was one of the few companies that saved the world. So AstraZeneca wins this. AstraZeneca is British? British-Swedish! Shout out to Sweden, Swiss-Strömmen. Okay, number 4. UK is Vodafone. And Italy is Ferrero Rocher. Vodafone is absolutely huge. So global. Ferrero Rocher is very tasty. In fact, you know how to eat it properly? You have to firstly get rid of all the chocolate around. And now that you have a perfect circle, chocolate-free, okay, so this part you eat, and this part where you suck. You get the nut out, you drop it in your tea, you drink the tea, and then as you get to the nut, you eat it. That's what I would do when I was a kid. Oh, this gave me really warm memories. Ferrero wins. Okay, we get into top 3. UK is Ernst & Young, which is a consultancy firm. And 3 for Italy is... Oh, it's Ferrari! The photos are here because Ferrari is a good friend of ours. Right, Lucy? Even though I'm not a car person, easily Ferrari wins. Like, for these consultancy firms, the big 4, as a brand, Ernst & Young can compete with Ferrari. Number 2, let's go. Why empty? Second for Italy, San Pellegrino.
No, this is UK.
And Tesco is Italian.
It's meal deal.
Oh! Lucy got the worst meal deal in history. Lucy.
Faster. And see what's there happening with the light.
Oh, electricity and gas. And also wind. I know. Versus meal deal. Italy wins this one. The most valuable brand in the UK is Shell. Oh my god, slippers. Oh. Whose are these? this is Gucci. I don't like luxury brands, but Gucci is something. And then we have Shell. I mean, there is no way a petroleum company would win. I know Shell has some initiatives that are really good, but at the end of the day, they are a massive, money-hungry petroleum company. And Gucci is preying on women to buy nice things, which is like, how bad can that be really? Gucci wins. What's the score? 4-6 to who?
To Italy.
Bro, I did UK dirty with this. It was close. Italy wins. France versus Germany. Two biggest economies in continental Europe. Macron versus Scholz. We have croissant versus sausages. Mbappe, Musiala. 10th most valuable brand in France. Airbus versus Nivea. Nivea is German? That's crazy. Nivea is obviously huge. It's a very well-crafted brand, proven across decades. But Airbus is one of the two that make airplanes at scale, and it's the one that also doesn't break. So I think in their market right now, for me, I think they're doing a lot of things right. So Airbus wins. 9th most valuable brand in France, AXA Insurance. And in Germany, it's Bosch. Oh, these babies. You know, I feel funny about insurance in general. Such an interesting bit. I think that guy did insurance who walked away in the career ladder. Bosch is very clear. Quite good. Bosch wins. 8th most valuable French brand. Why is it Spanish? Espana. Orange. My favorite color. And versus Bayer. Ooh. Brand-wise, Bayer. Pharmaceutical mega giant. And also I think one of the few pharmaceutical brands that I literally like, I'll look at that logo and I'm like, this is some solid German shit. I'm gonna go with Bayer. Can you hear the orange? 7th most valuable French brand is Cartier. A lighter. Versus Deutsche Telekom. When I worked in intellectual property law, Cartier was one of my clients. There's some really good people working in Cartier. Deutsche Telekom, I haven't had much experience with. Don't know crazy amount about their brand. Out of luxury brands, I think Cartier does hold like quite a special spot. Cultural relevance across markets is really high. I think Cartier wins this one. Number 6, French brand is Dior. They're like a hat. Adidas. Let's go! I'm sorry, but Adidas is legend. Dior doesn't come even close to the lore of Adidas. Sponsoring some of the greatest athletes in the world, Adidas wins. I mean, 5th most valuable French
Prop is one thing.
Oh, okay. Total Energy. In Germany, Siemens. Hello?
I'm over here stroking my...
When I was in France, there's a lot of Total Energy there. I like their branding. I think their branding is very fun. But Siemens was absolutely unstoppable. Siemens M65, dude, you get some 50 cent on that phone, share through IR port. I'm gonna go with Siemens. Number 4 most valuable French brand, L'Oreal. In Germany, it's Allianz Insurance. Decent insurance brand. L'Oreal is just huge. I'm gonna go with L'Oreal. Okay, number 3. French. Oh, what did I give her?
Did you just give me Chanel?
Yes. Chanel versus DHL. Okay. Oh, this one is closer than I thought. I can just feel the people who had their packages lost by DHL going like, no! Chanel, all the lore of Chanel. The logo being based on the windows in her orphanage. DHL is big, but it's not really remarkable. Whereas when I think about luxury and their branding right now, Chanel is really good. I'm gonna go with Chanel here, just about. Number 2 in France is Hermes. Lucy, I'm gonna... versus BMW. Look, I mean, Hermes is cute with all the horses and stuff. If you are 5 years old watching this, you are imagining a BMW. They're like synonymous with a car, crazy brand. Hermes is also a crazy brand, but I'm gonna go BMW. The most valuable French brand is Louis Vuitton. LV, baby. And number 1 most valuable brand in Germany is Mercedes. Lucy, what's the score? Don't tell me, it's okay. Louis Vuitton has crazy history, but so does Mercedes. Mercedes have reinvented cars, but Louis Vuitton is the most famous luxury brand. Louis Vuitton wins. 5-5. How do we decide? Let's look at the range. I feel like Germany had more range. And I have a slight lean in towards German brands. So Germany wins.
China
versus the USA. Lucy, how did you do these flags? You painted these? The US is missing a few states, Lucy. What's this? 10th most valuable brand in the US. Walmart. It's number 10 in the US? Walmart is humongous. And 10th most valuable brand in China is WeChat? WeChat is a beast.
What's your WeChat?
Walmart is, I think, the world's second or third biggest employer. They have like more than 1 million people. WeChat has revolutionized mobile apps, for better or for worse, in terms of being an app for everything. File sharing, like messages. I'm gonna go WeChat. Number 9 in the US, it's Tesla. And number 9 most valuable Chinese brand. No! No! Lucy! No way! Joe might be watching this, the TikTok CEO, who I'm trying to interview. But at the same time, Elon might be watching this.
Skip it, skip.
Look, Tesla as a brand is crazy. Cult following of the CEO and founder. Genuine innovation when it comes to vehicles. Changed the world. TikTok lets me post videos, and I have a lot of friends at TikTok. Their impact on social media is not comparable with Tesla's impact on cars. Also, we can't ignore the current turbulence that TikTok's going through. I mean, TikTok has changed my life. It helps small businesses. The brand is also massive. Massive personal bias. TikTok wins this. Okay, Lucy, before I change my mind, take this. Number 8 in the US. Disney. Versus Ping An Insurance Company of China. Look, I mean, like, this is Disney. Like, Disney wins this quite easily. Number 7, US. Starbucks. Versus China Mobile. Yeah, I mean, look, Starbucks to me is like top 10 brands ever. How much of a staple they are. Hot, cold, number of locations. China Mobile knows. Starbucks wins. Number 6. In the US, it's Coca-Cola. Lights out. What's number 6 for China? Industrial Commercial Bank of China. This is Coca-Cola we're talking about. I can't even, this is not comparable. Absolutely iconic. And people in China love Coca-Cola. I don't think people in the US love the Industrial Bank of China. Coca-Cola wins. I'll keep this Coke, please. Number 5 for the US is Meta. I mean, Meta, look. WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Quest, Metaverse. Versus, for China, Huawei. Huawei is a strong brand. Affordable, good phone, question around surveillance, can't compete. Meta wins. Number 4 for the US, it's Amazon. For China, Moutai. Algorithms, this is fake. This is non-alcoholic. What did you pour here? Club Mate, Lucy! Look, we have one alcohol brand, not endorsing alcohol by the way, and we have Amazon. Like, Amazon rules the world. Amazon wins this easy. Number 3 for the US is Toshiba?
Microsoft.
Oh my god.
What do you mean Microsoft? Lucy! And for China, Alibaba. Alibaba is a copy of Amazon, let's face it. It's a Chinese copy of Amazon that is very well done. And Microsoft, you can't imagine the technological development of this century without Microsoft. Iconic logo. What is this even? This as a logo, this sucks. Yeah, Microsoft wins. Lucy! Yes. Number 2, second most valuable brand in the US. I guess it's Google, right? Google that owns YouTube, where you might be watching this or not. Google. For China, it's Pinduoduo. Yeah, I mean, Pinduoduo is like a big Chinese e-commerce, another app. I mean, China and the apps. I know it's quite convenient. Loving the logo, it's kind of cute. You're against Google. You're against Google. Google wins. And number 1 most valuable brand in the United States of America is... Lucy, what is this? What is this? iPhone 4 was like this? Wow, we've been enlarging things. And number 1 for China is... Yeah, Lucy, let's bring in the whole office. Tencent, that also owns WeChat. Tencent is massive. I mean, it's Apple. There's very few things that can compare to the branding of Apple. Apple wins. What's the final score? China really took it out here. Brazil versus South Africa. Brahma. 10th most valuable brand in Brazil is Havaianas. Havaianas? Sorry, Havaianas. Versus Imperial Logistics. Logistics company, you get it? That's why the truck. Have you watched these, Lucy, or not?
I'm going to the shower in them in the gym.
That's why it's so important that you guys watch this video till the end. Well, Lucy, because we, as a prop for our multi-million viewership channel, we have your gym slippers. My whole childhood and teenage years, I wore Hawaiians. But the thing is, this thing just, for some reason, around my 20s, started just bothering me. And I switched to like sliders. So now I'm like a sliders guy. Havaianas is synonymous with flip-flops. Havaianas wins for me. W's in the chat, Lucy, please. 9th most valuable Brazilian brand is Marfrig. Lucas, what is it? Meat brand? And for South Africa, it's Sasol, reaching new frontiers. Oh, this is a bit of a snooze fest. I mean, Brandon is very bland. Not that Marfrig has better Brandon. I'm gonna give it to Sasol. Number 8 in Brazil, Natura, perfume and skincare. Okay, kind of like L'Oreal. In South Africa, it's... Oh, I know these guys. What is the name of the brand? Tiger Brands, yeah. This is like a conglomerate, so they have a few different brands. I love it. I'm gonna go with Tiger Brands. No, Lucas, just like Natura, I don't know, dude. Just doesn't excite me. Number 7 for Brazil is Embraer. Embraer is Brazilian versus Spar. Spar is South African? I mean, Embraer is just superior. Number 7 for Brazil, Guarana. Number 7 for South Africa, Absa Bank Kenya. Financial services. The official sponsor of Brazilian. Nah, Guarana wins. 5th most valuable Brazilian brand is Bale. 5th most valuable South African brand, Discovery? Discovery Channel? It was Discovery Financial Systems.
This is scheming against my country.
Discovery wins this one. Number 4 for Brazil is Petrobras. Nando's is South African? I don't love Nando's. I mean, Petrobras is massive. In London, Nando's culture is huge. People love it. I'm gonna go with Nando's here. Number 3 for Brazil is Nubank versus Castle Lager. Not super known. Honestly, Brandon-wise, this is boring. But then again, it's a lager. Like, what are they gonna do? Versus a challenger bank. I'm gonna go Nubank. The 2nd most valuable Brazilian brand, Skol. There's another Skol that is Brazilian. And what is it, Lucas?
It is beer.
Not Brahma?
We have different ones.
Skol is more bigger than Brahma?
I guess so.
What about Brahma? Cerveza do Brasil. Number 2 in South Africa is First National Bank. I mean, look, Brandon-wise, I mean, all I see is a logo here, but I don't imagine anything crazy from a beer brand. This is a South African national bank. I'm gonna go with the bank, I think, for this one. And number 1 most valuable Brazilian brand. Oh, Itaú. Huge. Versus MTN, which is a phone carrier, right? I feel like I've seen a lot of Itaú. And the Brandon is actually like stuck in my brain. MTN, I think I've seen this too. I'm gonna go with Itaú here. So it's closer than expected. I thought Brazil would like sweep. 5-5? That's crazy. Look, Lucas is Brazilian, so Brazil wins. Can I do this? Next one, Ukraine, let's go. Versus Ukraine versus Poland. This is the Eastern European derby right here. 10th most valuable Ukrainian brand is... What is this, Lucy? PetCube Cam? It's a camera for pets. Pretty cool. I mean, I love this kind of stuff. And number 10 for Poland is Play P4, Polish telecom provider. I mean, PetCube wins this. Put my Ukrainian bias to work. Number 9 for Poland is InPost, postal service. Number 9 for Ukraine is... Whose is this? OnlyFriends? Ah! My back hurts. This is a prop for OnlyFriends versus a Polish postal service. I have visited OnlyFriends just when it came up. So OnlyFriends, founded by a Ukrainian, but it is an American company. Anything that I think about when it comes to OnlyFriends is negative stuff. But when I think about InPost, it's neutral. So InPost wins. See, Lucas, not biased. Oh my God. Lucy, take this off me, please, please. Number 8, Polish brand, Wawel, chocolate, right? Versus, for Ukraine, PrivatBank. For non-Ukrainians watching, this is just a bank. Questionable history too. Not a huge fan. Cute logo, very like Central European. I'm gonna go with Wawel. Number 7 for Ukraine is, oh, Kyivstar, telecom provider. Versus, oh, Riviera. You know, Kyivstar has had one of the most iconic ads ever in the history of television. Ayana Mori. Lucy, do you remember? This is a beer, right? I've had this before. Kyivstar though is iconic, absolutely iconic. For other people, this is probably just a telecom. But do I care? I'm gonna go Kyivstar for this. Number 6 for Poland is CD Projekt. They gave us The Witcher, the game, right? For Ukraine, Zaporizhstal. Zaporizhstal is a steel company. Yes, The Witcher is like, whatever. What, Lucas? Lucas! This is Zaporizhstal!
Do they make swords for The Witcher?
They make steel. It's really important for us right now. Games? Games? I mean, The Witcher is kind of like a big deal. Fine. Poland wins this one. My is so right now. Number 5 for Ukraine is... Oh! Ukrzaliznytsia. Symbol of Ukrainian resilience. That is a massive railway company. Number 5 for Poland is... What is this, Lucy? Reserved Clothing Company. Ukrzaliznytsia is like absolutely massive. I would say even without the bias, Ukrzaliznytsia has always been quite a strong brand. Reserved, it's like H&M. Whoa. I'm giving it to Ukrzaliznytsia. Number 4 for Poland, PZU Insurance. And for Ukraine, Naftogaz. What the f is this? What is this?
It's oil!
Well, this is a petroleum and gas company. Throw my Ukrainian bias away. I'm gonna go with the PZU. Number 3 for Ukraine is GitLab. Okay. It's like a open source software development platform. Number 3 for Poland is Dino. Supermarket chain, right? If this was Żabka, they would win. For me, in terms of like street cred, Riz and Aura, GitLab wins. Number 2 for Poland is PKO Bank Polski. And for Ukraine, number 2 is Grammarly. EZW is very well known. It's very useful. I mean, no offense to PKO, but like Grammarly wins this. Number 1 for Poland is Orlen Oil Company. And the most valuable brand in Ukraine, WhatsApp. The founder of WhatsApp is Ukrainian. Oh, Lucy, this list is so cooked. Hey, yeah, WhatsApp wins. And the final score is
6-4.
6-4 to Ukraine. Greece versus Turkey. It's on, baby. Number 10 most valuable Turkish brand. Oh, Ülker. Tasty. And number 10 for Greece is... What? Is Misko pasta? Ladies and gentlemen, Ülker is some of the best snacks. Solid brand, tasty, Turkey wins. Number 9 for Turkey is FS. Ho ho ho! Number 9 for Greece is Hellenic Petroleum. I'm not joking when I say FS Draft is amazing. Hellenic Petroleum, very Greek branding. I mean, Turkey goes to love up. Number 8 for Turkey is Petkim, some kind of a chemical company. And for Greece, it's Brick, Titan Cement. I'm gonna go with Titan Cement here. Just like, what a name. Number 7 for Turkey, steel company Erdemir. For Greece, it's Public Power Corporation. I don't know much about either, but purely based on logo, Public Power Corporation wins. Number 6, BİM for Turkey, supermarket chain, right? And Chorus Hair Products. I think just because of the scale, I think of the category, again, I'm gonna go with BİM. Number 5 for Turkey is Turkcell. Woohoo! Communications company. And number 5 for Greece, Aegean. It's an airline. Turkcell has the colors of the Ukrainian flag. Overall, nice company. Used it a bunch of times. Turkcell wins. Number 4 for Turkey is Ford Otosan, a Turkish manufacturer of cars that is owned by Ford. Number 4 for Greece is Papadopoulos. Not bad. I'm gonna go Papadopoulos with this one. Nice biscuits. Third most valuable Turkish brand. What? Guarantee Bank. I mean, knowing the Turkish financial system, Guarantee Bank is an absolute joke. And number 3 for Greece is Paje. Ooh, protective layer. I think I've heard it before. Oh, it's pronounced Faye.
Yeah. It's pronounced Faye.
Classic yogurt branding, like Greece wins this one. Second most valuable Turkish brand for Turkey, Arçelik. It's like appliances. Number 2 in Greece is Alpha Bank. Dude, with the banks, it's tough. I'm gonna go with Arçelik. Number 1 most valuable brand in Turkey is We are Turkish Airlines. We are globally yours. Messi in their ad. Kobe. Amazing food. Versus #1 brand in Greece. Oteia. What is it? Telecommunications organization. This stood no chance. And another blue and white logo. When it comes to branding and airline, Turkish Airlines is incredibly strong. And the final score is 6-4, Turkey wins. Next up, we have South Korea versus Japan. We have the Asian matchup. Oh, this is gonna be hard. 10th most valuable Japanese brand, Asahi, one of my favorite beers. 10th most valuable South Korean brand is Latte Confectionery. Confectionery. Don't like it? Never liked it. It's so gooey, chewy. Whereas Asahi, I love the silver and black branding. I think it's one of the best branded beers, one of the best tasting beers. Asahi wins. 9th most valuable South Korean brand, Kakao. An app for messaging. See, it's huge. It just clicked for me. 9 in Japan is Nintendo? Whoa! I mean, come on! The Nintendo is absolutely goated. Reinvented itself multiple times. Crazy intellectual property, characters, hardware, software. It has Zelda, one of the most goated games.
Am I a joker to you?
Nintendo wins. Number 8 for Korea is Shinhan Bank. They couldn't print currency because it's illegal, so no prop for this. Versus Japan.
Bless you, Lucas.
Lucy, what is this and whose are these? Have you ever used it? Oh, it's Uniqlo! Massive, crazy brand, huge in sports. Versus what? Some kind of Korean bank? Uniqlo wins. Number 7 for South Korea is a steel company, POSCO. Versus 7-Eleven! 7-Eleven is Japanese? It's not. It's not.
7-Eleven.
Oh, 7-Eleven is an American convenience store owned by Japanese company. Lucy, back yourself. 7-Eleven is owned by a Japanese company. I mean, they're hot food. They have the sausages going, they have some chicken. 7-Eleven wins this, and easily. 6th most valuable Korean brand is LG. I love LG. 6th most valuable Japanese brand is Canon for Japan. We only had Sony cameras, so Canon is a great brand. Also has a decent logo, good marketing. LG logo is just something that I absolutely love, especially in the ads when it goes around and then it goes. For this reason, I'm gonna go with LG. Number 5 for Japan is Panasonic. Remote is just a great thing, like Panasonic versus, for South Korea, SK Telecom. I gotta give it to Panasonic. I mean, SK Telecom, cute butterfly, probably nice brand, but Panasonic is just like media culture. Panasonic wins. Number 4 for South Korea, Naver. It's like Google in South Korea. Very big and also very convenient, actually. Number 4 for Japan is Sony. We are filming this with Sony cameras, so look, I know that Naver, whatever, in South Korea is huge. I've used it actually before for work, when we were working with the South Korean market. But Sony is, I don't think I have to explain much. Sony wins. Number 3 for South Korea is Kia. Number 3 for Japan is Honda. I feel like both are kind of hitting that similar market of just like a good car, does what it's supposed to do. I think honestly for me, logo-wise, I love Kia's new logo. It's a good logo. I don't know as much about Honda. Their logo is kind of a little bit cooked, I'm not gonna lie. Kia wins this. Number 2 for South Korea, Hyundai. Number 2 for Japan, NTT, Nippo Telegraph and Telephone Corporation, telecom company. Don't know that much about them, but Hyundai logo is actually 2 people having a handshake. Not many people know, to signify the culture of deal making in Korea. I think for me, Hyundai wins this. And number 1 most valuable South Korean brand is... Lucy, this delay is really like Samsung. Dude, Samsung is one of the great... Number 1 for Japan is Toyota. Toyota, I think, is like up top 3 right now. Toyota's logo also spells Toyota. Toyota is huge. Samsung, technology-wise, the number of sectors they're in, from screens to processors, phones, laptops, and all started with dried fish. That is also one of my favorite snacks versus a car, even though a very good one. Samsung wins this. What's the score?
4-6.
And who won?
Japan.
Japan wins 4-6. We have one more left. Blank. Australia versus India. 10th most valuable Australian brand is A2 Milk Company. Number 10 in India is Patak's. It's like a food brand, right? Classic Indian packaging. I like this, Brandon, but I also like this. I'm gonna go with Patak's. Number 9 for Australia is CSL, which is a biotechnology company. Number 9 for India is Asian Paints. Paint company is number 9 in India? I'm gonna go with CSL. Number 8 in Australia is Vegemite. Number 8 in India is Titan Jewelry, right? Vegemite is like Marmite, no? I mean, I've definitely heard of it. God, it's awful. It just feels so plain. For jewelry and watch company, this is way too boring. Vegemite wins. Number 7 in Australia is Qantas Airlines. Number 7 in India is Amul Milk Dairy Company. Don't like this Brandon that much. This Brandon I absolutely love. I'm gonna give it to Qantas. Number 6 in Australia is Seek, which is job seeking website. And number 6 in India, Indian Oil. Cool brand name, cool arrow. I'm really surprised they could name their brand Seek because it's kind of synonymous with job seeking. That is the nature of the service itself. Indian Oil doesn't excite me that much. Going with Seek. Number 5 in Australia is Bunnings. Hammers, drills, you know, your dad's favorite. And number 5 in India is Mahindra. Car brand. Haven't really interacted much with both, but I've never heard of this one. Mahindra wins this. Number 4 in Australia, oh, Telstra, telecom company. Number 4 in India, Infosys. Infosys is an absolute huge technology company. Telstra is a strong one, but Infosys wins. Like Infosys, there's a lot of good things happening there. Infosys wins. 3rd most valuable brand in Australia, Woolworths. Kind of like Whole Foods, pretty known. Number 3 in India is HDFC Bank. It's unfortunate for banking entries, honestly. Woolworths wins. Number 2 for Australia is White Paper. Why did you give me White Paper? Oh, Canva. Canva is Australian? Canva is great for what it is. Number 2 for India is Reliance Industries. It's a massive, massive company. Canva is just a nice place for graphic design. Used Canva a bunch, a lot of my friends used it. I'm gonna go with Canva. And the most valuable brand in Australia is Combank. And the most valuable brand in India must be Tata Group. Tata Group. One of the most beastly brands in the world. So Tata wins. What's the score? 6-4, Australia wins. So it's 10 p.m. and we've been at this for a while. We have our quarterfinalists now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have one country this side, another country this side, and then I decide. Italian brands versus Brazilian brands. We have some good ones here. We have Guarana, we have Embraer, but Italy we have Lamborghini, Ferrero Rocher, Pirelli, Prada, Fendi, Gucci. I'm gonna say, with a decent margin, Italy wins. Sorry, Lucas! Japan versus Turkey. And for Japan, we've got Nintendo, Toyota, Sony, Canon, 7-Eleven. I think Turkish Airlines is the only brand here that can compete. I think it's not even close. Japan wins and goes through to the semi-final. Australia versus Ukraine. I know what everyone is thinking. Oh, no, Ukraine. True. But if we go pound for pound,
If that, we can go riz for riz.
we got Petcube, Grammarly, WhatsApp, Ukrzaliznytsia, Kyivstar, Seek, Canva. I just think for Ukrainian brands, for me, the range. I think objectively speaking, if you ask 10 people from random countries, I think 6 out of them would say that Ukraine wins. Again, this is not the Ukrainian bias. Just about, you know, Ukraine makes it to the semi-final.
Name me one thing that they have better. One thing. Just allow it. Like, no, honestly, Petcube, actually useful company.
Germany versus the United States of America. Let's go cars. BMW plus Mercedes-Benz beat Tesla together. 2v1. Bam, bam, bam. Street fight. Technology, we have Siemens versus Apple. Adidas versus Amazon. Close. Bosch versus Coca-Cola. We have Nivea versus Google. Yeah, it's not happening. With a decent margin, the US goes to the semifinal. USA. First semifinal, nail biting this one is. Italy versus Ukraine. Italy's got Gucci, Lamborghini, Ferrero Rocher, Prada, and so on. Ukraine, though, has Ukrzaliznytsia, Kyivstar, what? Grammarly. Grammarly is a great company. I think it's closer than some people would think. So in this case, with these brands that we have on the table, I don't see a way to make Ukraine win. Italy wins and makes it to the final. It's okay. No, it was a good fight.
I still think that like Italy has too many luxury brands.
We have Japan versus the United States of America. Okay, let's think about it this way. Nintendo, Disney. Close, but Disney. Toyota, Google. I'd say Google. Sony or Apple. Again, not that far, but I'd say Apple. Honda or Tesla. I'd say Tesla. Asahi versus Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Honestly, it's close, but I feel like in every category, the American brand is just a little bit better. So, head into the final, USA. The grand final. This is the moment everyone's been waiting for. Italy versus the United States. And we're gonna go one by one. Number 10s, Walmart versus Pirelli. Brand of tires versus brand of supermarkets. I think Pirelli edges this one. At number 9, Tesla versus Barilla. Whether you like it or not, Tesla takes this one. Number 8, Disney versus Lamborghini. Disney has the Marvel Universe, the Star Wars Universe, Disney Worlds, 20th Century Fox, Pixar, Lamborghini, the car brand, not the same weight category. Disney wins. Fendi versus Starbucks. Starbucks wins. Tim versus Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola wins. Prada versus Meta. Meta wins. Amazon versus Ferrero Rocher. I thought this would be closer, like for the final. Ferrari versus Microsoft. I just don't think the Ferrari takes this. Like, they just don't. This is not that close, actually. So, maybe this was to be expected. The country with the best brands is the USA. Ukraine was robbed in that semi-final. It was close. And then once you get to the final, you never know what happens.